what is the worst exit you've ever done from a date?
Worst exit I've ever done from a date? See, this is a bit different with me though, because I'm not as savage as you are.
Yeah.
I haven't got the heart to sort of just get up and go. I like, even if I make up with her and I think, oh fuck mate, you are a bit, you know. But like,
you just follow through though.
Listen, I go out, you know, we'll have a bit of dinner or a few drinks or whatever. I don't mind having a convo, but just to get up and leave, I think for me, it's a bit heartless.
You're not answering the question. You are doing that's a very politician's answer you've just given there.
Yeah, it's a very formal.
So what is the worst exit you've ever done? There's going to be one. There's going to be at least one.
Yeah.
No matter the dates you go on, there's going to be at least one. If you know this man and he has left you in a dodgy situation,
okay.
we'd love to hear it.
I've got it. So, okay. I went on a date. So I don't think you know this either. I went on a date Sutton High Street. She was a very lovely girl, very nice. Do you know her? No.
Okay.
No. I went on a date with this bird from Sutton, and I thought, bless her heart, she's so kind, she's so friendly, but she was a bit more on, how do I put this? The plum side. I don't mind a bit of plum. You know, you two know me. You two know that I don't mind plum.
Chubby chaser.
But there's plum and then there's Jabba the fucking Hutt. You see what I'm saying? Like, I do draw the line. I feel like.
Where did you take Gemma Collins?
Gemma Collins. We went to Tempo Bar. Tempo Lounge? Tempo Bar. So, you know where it is, don't you?
Classy guy.
Tempo, yeah. We went in there for a little bit. We had, what did I have? I had a burger and chips, and I think she had she had like 7 lasagnas, 8 burgers.
Yeah, proper Jumper's diet.
Oh yeah, Jumper's diet. And after the dinner, we went out, and she was like, "Oh, do you fancy going to Spoons?" Now in my head, because Sutton's my hometown, I know people are going to see me. You see what I'm saying? I know for a fact I'm going to know half the people in that pub. So I was just like,
Look at the time.
Yeah, all right, I have to come back. You know, I can't remember what I came up with in the end. I said something like, oh, my mum wants me back, she wants me to help her with something. And she was like, oh, all right, well, can we see each other again? And I'm like, yeah, no worries, that's all right. Yeah, that's all right, I'll see you later now. Yeah, gave her a little hug. I went by, I was like, fuck's sake.
Why'd you do it
again? See, I haven't got the heart.
See, I told you that happens a lot.
I haven't got the heart to sort of say, like, you're a fat bitch, I don't want to sit there and have dinner with you.
That's not even that bad.
Honestly, yeah, I know.
You finished the date, that was very respectful.
I did, and I've never like met up with a girl and then just gone, that's it, I'm fucking off.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't think I've ever, like, mid-date just ran away. Yeah, I mean, I've kind of like, yeah, alright, love. Yeah, I mean, and they're like still trying to follow you, and you're trying to like.
Yeah, you're trying to shake them off.
Yeah, and they're like, yeah, that was great, sweet. Alright, now shake your hands. You know, I mean, keep it very formal. Adios.
Right, you two are pathetic.
I think I know what you're going to say. You're going to say Kingston.
Oh, yeah.
This is the most savage thing you'll ever hear in your life.
Right, if we don't go viral from this, I don't know what.
Oh, no, this is bad.
A few years ago, when I was a young whippersnapper, I was talking to this girl on Tinder, and she looked decent. I'm thinking that she's fit. I'm thinking this is decent, you know. She's game. She's like, oh, you know, let's meet up in Kingston on Saturday, you know. We'll go cinema and then like have a few drinks. I'm thinking, yeah, that sounds a bit amazing, you know. Maybe we'll get back to mine after. I'm thinking, wicked, right. So I'm in here. So I'll turn up, right. I'm stood there in Kingston, right, and this girl approaches me, and she's like, oh, are you Dan? I was like, yeah, I'm just waiting for somebody. Like, who are you? She's like, oh, you know, I'm like, I won't say her name. She was like, I was like, oh no.
Oh no!
She looked nothing like her pictures.
She looks like the girl that ate the girl in the picture.
She was a bit plumper than she was in the pictures, and you could do dot to dot on her face, the poor girl. I was like, oh mate, I've been catfished. Now I'm thinking, right now it's all about the getaway, innit? Right, so now
where can you make it?
Where can I go? Right, so now if you know Kingston, in Kingston Shopping Centre in Surrey, there is the medical centre up the top, it's the toilet. So I was like, oh, look, love, before we go to the bar, we just nip in here, I just want to go for a piss. So yeah, no problem. She goes, yeah, go on, guys, well, that's fine, yeah. So go up the top, right? I've gone to go to the men's toilet, so I've quick look round. She's gone into the women's. I have doubled back straight out the toilet and legged it, right? I am sprinting through the shopping centre. I look like Mo Farah on a mission, right? I am gone. I'm away, right? I've got outside the shopping centre, I've got a block. I've got a number, I've called an Uber, I've gone, right, get me out of here. I just went home, mate.
You didn't even start the day, you were just like, I'm out of it.
Well, I did literally just do me proper Irish exit, but I did go like, I'm gonna go toilet. The moment she went into the women's, I was like, right, gone. Right, and everyone's looking at me, right? So I'm running through a shopping centre.
Thinking you've just fucking stolen something.
I've got like security guards behind me going, I stop. I'm like, no, mate, I'm gone.
Can't stop.
You have to follow me if you want to know what's going on here.
Oh, you poor girl.
So, yeah, shout out to you.
You're an animal.
Nah, mate, don't catfish me. I've been lied to. I don't tolerate that. I've been catfished.
That is true. Yeah, that is deceit from day one.
That's deceit.
That is deceit.
And all I did there was my kind of deceit. I'm going for a piss. See you later.
Yeah.
Give it legs.
I don't think I have the heart for that. Like,
no, you just don't have the balls.
like, honestly.
Look, mate, it's a brutal world out there, right?
That's savage, isn't it?
Someone's got to take
That's
you.
bad though, isn't it? Could you imagine if you went to the toilet like that?
You're saying it's savage, right? But how many birds have treated you like shit out of no reason at all? When you've been innocent as fuck.
Let's talk about
It's about time they're back.
Let's talk about Fever. So I went to a nightclub in Epsom called Fever and Banquet, and so it was. Was you there?
Fever and Banquet.
Boutique. Fever and Boutique. Keep that in as well.
He got the B. It's alright.
Went to Fever and Boutique in Epsom. Was you there? Was you there that night?
Yeah.
And there was I think
cheese room,
a couple of us. Yeah, there was about 4 of us in the cheese room. Yeah, in Fever, and. There was quite a pretty girl, really attractive. Like, she's come up to me and I'm thinking, oh, here we go, you know. This is going all right, you know. She's come up to me, she was with 2 of her friends. They were, you know, in like fancy dress, like army kind of gear, whatever they are, or hen night, whatever they're doing. And one of them's come up straight up to me and she's gone, what is that? And all her mates started laughing.
That is
and I was just like,
alright.
That's worse.
Yeah.
She literally just come up to me and went, what is that?
We've just made a disappearance when no one knows what the fuck's going on. Right, that's what Dan's
started
done.
laughing at me.
You lasses, you just publicly humiliated the poor lad, and he's not even.
I remember after that as well. That night, I was a little. That sort of put me in a downer. I weren't really the same again that night. At that night, I weren't really the same. I was like, yeah, you know.
Yeah, it does kind of suck it out.
It does suck it out of you. Like, don't need that, do I?
Oh, it's savage.
Yeah, I remember I told my brother's girlfriend that the day after it happened, and she was like, "Who the fuck is this bitch?" Like,
that's 90% of all females nowadays, isn't it, lads?
Very much, mate.
Entitled, nothing to add value to your life, but they're just somehow.
Not being funny, it does. It kicks you in the eye. It does.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, mate.
So as savage as you think I am, I didn't do that. No. I did once pay a girl to go away as well.
That's funny. That was funny. That was funny.
So, me and Lee, we used to go out clubbing in Kingston. And, often, right, we'd pull teammates together because it was easier. And I'd always get fit one, right? Now, on this occasion, right, this rare fucking occasion, the only time I ever remember it happening, right, and I remember it vividly because I was fuming. Right? Lee has pulled the fit one, right, and this fucking land beast is looking at me, right, eyeing me up like a Greek sausage roll. And I'm like, oh mate, this is a nightmare. So she's like, do you want to have a dance? I'm like, no, I'm not really a dancing type. She's like, oh, do you want to get a drink then? I was like, yeah, alright, we'll get a drink. So I've had a drink, right, I've had a drink, but she's talking about, oh, fucking hell, right. So I tried going into the toilets and coming back out. She's still outside waiting for me. So I'm like, oh, fucking hell. And she cannot shake this bitch. She stuck to me like fucking glue. So in the end I've gone, oh, do you know what, my drinks empty, do you want to, I'm going to give you a Scott, I'm going to go to the toilet, right, do you want to go and get some drinks? She went, alright, yeah, I've given her 20 quid, I've just legged it for the door. I've given her 20 quid, she's gone to the bar, I'm out the exit.
No, that's savage as well, though, isn't it? Like
that is pretty.
that is, and do you know what? That's really fucked me off.
She made 20 quid.
I think it's more savage that what you've done to Lee, really.
That really
the
fucked
one
me
time, the one time
And it was
he
like,
gets gold.
and the
you
thing
don't.
is, as well,
I've got standards. It wasn't like I was coming in with a silver medal. I had the fucking garden
And the thing is, you know, it was like she came back because me and that other bird, we was on the dance floor, right, just grooving it up, and I'm getting off of her and I'm hugging her. I'm thinking, yeah, this is going so well, so well. All of a sudden, she comes back on her own, and I'm like, I know what's happened here. This cunt's gonna fucking run. That's it. I'm going. Do you know? And then she came back and then she was like, look, I can't leave my mate on her own. And I'm like, you cunt. I'm ringing down. I'm thinking, all right, I better ring him. So I'll come to wherever he is. I'll go see him. I went, where are you? I'm on the 213 back home from Kingston going on the sun. I'm in New Malden, and I'm like, you cunt. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. So now I'm like, oh right. So she's just sat me off. I'm like, yeah, I'll call it a night then. I think.
Oh, mate.
And the moral of the story is, Dad, is don't settle for second best. Be like Dan.
Be like Dan.
Be like Dad. Don't settle. There's no need to settle.
I would have done it for you.
You would have done it for yourself anyway.
No, honestly, I would have done it for you and all.
No. You do it for yourself, right? I can prove this. Because yesterday morning, you was the only one out. There was no one else there.
Yeah.
Right? And you come back with a 50-year-old dinner lady.
That wasn't yesterday.
So the day before.
Alright, but mind you, ladies
At some
and
point this
gentlemen,
week, he brought home a 50-year-old dinner lady.
Mind
He's
you,
40!
Bearing in mind that he went out by himself.
and he with the intention of meeting a very nice young fit tart, and somehow he brought home a 50-year-old dinner lady.
She was 40.
That's what she was telling you, buddy.
She wasn't a dinner lady.
Oh yeah, because women never like that.
Oh yeah, that's never been a thing. Women don't like.
Yeah.
The women don't reckon knock a decade off their age at all.
Look, listen.
Your mum's been 37 for 15 years.
You
If
showed
that
someone
were an
off for your mum.
attempt, if that were an attempt to smooth talk my mother, I don't know what is.
Oh yeah.
You're up, Bulldog.
I'm not though, am I?
Why would you bring that up?
Because we've got to bring it up.
No, we don't.
We were proving a point, right? You do it
We
yourself.
promised.
We had the
We
base.
signed a contract.
We had the base from the Middle East. That was another one. The old base from the Middle East.
Bring them all up.
And then we had Eva, the fat pikey. Sorry, the fat gypsy. You won't offend you pikeys.
I'll have to cut that name out.
You fucking will not. Yeah. There's a few, and then we had these actual birds he's got with. So there's a few of them have been slightly on the larger side of life.
Yeah.
You know, having it large.
See, this is what I mean by this is what I mean by like I don't mind. I actually like a larger girl. I do like a larger girl, but I do have a cut off. I do have a cut off.
And we love you for that because it leaves us with a more attractive woman to go around.
Yeah. Oh, you're very welcome, boys.
He's done the group of service.
No, but I do like a larger girl, but I do have
Limits.
There is a limit. There is a limit. There is.
Is there a limit to
There is
what
a
that
limit.
attraction?
You can't look like a fucking fridge freezer.
You have saved you with fridge freezers.
No, you haven't. You haven't.
It's
Yeah.
fridge freezer. Well, obviously we'll cut
another
that.
name. Yeah.
Well, she was your missus. We'll cut that out.
Yeah.
But she was though, didn't she?
What, fridge freezer?
Yeah.
She was a bit.
I think it was more like, I remember she sat on me once, like she sat on my lap once.
Did you get
No,
windy?
not like that. She sat on my lap once and like, her whole back arched all like, and I was like squished by her back, so I'm like, her little back up against me and like, you alright there? I'm like, yeah, I can't breathe, but I'm alright. Alright, yeah, alright, let you have that one. Yeah, she was a unit.
So, you've even wiped fridge freezers. It's like 3 years before, isn't it?
I'm like, well, babes.
One
Can I store food in you?
Gemma Collins
Use
is
the fridge freezer.
your man.
Go on in, Gemma.
You need a feeder.
Yeah.
You know what?
He's a feeder.
Go on in, Gemma. If you're out there and you're watching this,
You've got to give it your best sexy face.
Look straight down that camera.
1 second. This is very powerful. What's about to happen right now, boys? Alright, be amazed. Just try not to get boners when I do it, alright?
Do we preemptively cover up just in case?
Yeah, where's that cushion?
There you go. There you go. You ready? Yeah. Ready? You felt that, didn't you?
That makes me harder than Chinese algebra.
Oh, harder than a crank, like a turnbuckle.
It's like a turnbuckle, that.
Honestly.
Fucking.
One more time.
Go on, one last. as if you're coming out to sea, you know.
Oh, right, like Daniel Radcliffe,
Yeah.
James Bond. Daniel Radcliffe? Daniel Craig. Ready?
James Bond style.
Alright, James Bond style, ready? Wingardium Leviosa.
I'll get all you pot bitches.
Oh no.
By the way, my Corey looks like one of those plant plot screaming things. Yeah.
It's funny because I probably get that.
We'll show you a picture after that.
I go outside and talk to people.
So do I.
Yeah, he does.
All I do. I lay there, right? Show a bit of belly.
They'll take up most of the fucking camera angle.
There we go. Right, done.
Oh no. Oh.
You alright?
Are we seeing this?
I'm sorry,
Do you fancy a bum? And usually they go mad over that.
Do I? Do I?
What do you reckon?
How have the birds been out here?
Oh, I've loved it. I've loved every second of it. I've just loved every second of being noticeable for once.
So to sort of put this in perspective, Lee here is a horn dog, right? He
Bit of a party animal.
It's not, he's a party animal, right?
No.
He goes out on like 3 or 4 dates a week in an attempt to play out birds, right? However, in the UK, there's sort of a quality level. There's a ceiling, right? And he's reached his ceiling, right? On the basis he can't get anything above that, right? Ceiling has been reached. Is it a high floor? Right?
Is it the high falls?
I mean, ain't going no further, right? He's peaked. Out here,
I'm fucking raking them in. I'm like the fishing lines. They're coming in. Like, fucking, mate, I love it. It's brilliant.
Loving it. He's had 2 in a week.
Oh, yeah.
He spends more time on the
Sorry,
piss.
Mum.
He spends more time on the piss than working. It's us that do all the work.
I think you'll find.
He's handing out his arse 24/7.
I think you'll find it is work. I take the GoPro with me. I get what I can. You still haven't even seen that footage. It's
I have.
great
I watched it
footage.
the other
You
day.
watched it. What do you think?
It was on till you went in the club, but then you can't hear a fucking thing. It sounds like you've got the GoPro stuck it inside the speaker.
Honestly, but that's like that anyway. Even if you're not filming with a GoPro, like the clubs out here are just deafening.
Yeah, it ain't quite like that though. I reckon if we got the footage of that one, with a tragic.
Oh yeah.
Oh, mate.
Rest in peace. Good night.
That was I was so bitter that morning after.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I had a
What's that?
hangover from hell, and we had no footage of it.
So we had a whole night out till dawn, because that's how they do it out here. They start about 10 o'clock in the evening, and until sun comes up, they won't stop. The clubs do not stop. So like we're out on the piss, we're all fucking slaughtered, we're having an amazing time to be fair. It's going out, we're seeing all these locals, we're talking to people, getting lovely interactions with people, and really good footage. And then we come to the morning after, we're all hanging out our arse, and the video's all corrupted. So unfortunately, guys, you don't get to see any of that.
So the moral of the story is do not buy anything from AliExpress.
But I also found out that it doesn't matter about the footage that we did lose, because every day of the week here you can get that 10 times out of 10 you'll get
Yeah,
that.
you see, whilst we're back here slaving away editing videos, right, he's out on the stash once every other day. Out battered till the crack of dawn, right, he goes, Dan, drop me down there, you fucking bitch. He's paying the fucking motor up.
That's exactly what happened.
He's caning us. It's like, it's fucking awful.
Can't believe it.
Honestly. Tina, get on the phone to him.
Sort him out. Sort your boy out.
I can't believe it. Yeah, and stick, this is an outrage. Okay?
Should we move on from women?
Maybe we should.
Maybe we should. Is there anything you'd like to discuss?
Well, I would say we've got this festival coming up soon. That's Monday, I believe, the 27th.
Monday the 27th, yeah, Thai festival.
So we were actually invited by the local restaurant down the below. They can't know us now. We've been here a couple of weeks. They kind of got known, so they actually invited us out. So apparently this is a big deal in Thailand. It's a big festival. It's a major festival in Thailand. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. I don't know about you boys, but I'm looking forward.
Didn't they say it was like a one time a year kind of thing as well?
Yeah,
That's called annual.
Fuck it.
It's held annually.
Let us know when you're done, boys, alright? Fuck's sake.
The first 20 minutes of this
Every
is terrorised.
fucking thing I say. Everything I say is just like, you're a cow, you fucking idiot.
It's not, mate. You just provide us with the best content.
You just provide us with some amazing statements.
I'm not being funny. If you all sorry with me for the way I was leaving that tart.
No, No, that's like, what's hot?
You know, the one I just ditched.
Abandoned.
Oh, that's mad.
It's not mad though, is it really? That's just well within my rights.
Is anyone else getting bitten to fuck?
No, not right now, mate. We're indoors.
Maybe it's just irritation.
Maybe you're just. I don't know. Maybe it's got scabies. Maybe this is what happens when you just shag anything you can get your hands.
No, it isn't.
He's now got
It's
scabies
bites.
or syphilis.
It's come back to bite in the arse. Quite literally.
No, not in the arse.
Don't
on
worry,
the leg.
mate.
That's where
On the way
bite
up the hill, mate, we did see a sexual health clinic, so we'll drop you down there in the morning. You'll be right as rain. Don't you worry, guys. We're not going to lose
I don't need
Lee.
sexual health clinics.
Tina, you might want to give her a little ring.
I don't know.
She'll be ringing me after this one, isn't it?
Has no one told him about how to use Johnny's and that? Because
Now listen, right? These lot right now are dragging me under, not the bus, the lorry.
look what he's doing with those Johnny's he gave her.
That's Elton!
He made it Elton Schlong.
That's Elton!
Elton Schlong.
Leave Elton alone.
He is the one half-time mascot,
He's our first appearance, he's our first guest.
and he is a Johnny. Because no one fancies coming on the podcast, quite frankly, because we're a shambles.
That might be why he don't want to come on the podcast, because we've got Elton
We've got
here.
Elton Schlong. He's too big a character, isn't he?
He is.
He's too much personality.
I fucking leave him there. We can't
I'm sorry,
have
Elton.
Johnny on the podcast.
You're right, why not?
It's a professional outfit, mate.
That is professional.
I can't kill Elton.
He'll be alright.
He'll be fine.
He'll float.
He's a floater.
Pennywise, isn't he? You'll float too. Now.
Do you want to get back to the festival?
Yeah, the festival. How the fuck did we end up going there?
We're talking about traditional Thai festivals, and so we're talking about Elton Schlong, so...
Yeah, there's traditional Thai. I'm not really sure what goes on here. I don't know what the crack is. I've never even heard of it.
So the first time I heard about this was actually, I'm walking down to get some new SD cards downtown, so I was out on the town where everyone was hanging out their arse when we realised the footage was corrupted. And a lovely Thai woman who was in a bar, who spoke very good English, she ended up giving me a lift home. To my surprise, it was a bike. Never been on a moving bike before, that was quite fun.
It's good, isn't it?
And
Do
then,
you have a bicycle?
well, bicycle, yeah. So I was clinging on to this poor Thai woman for dear life, and she was absolutely lovely, but she was telling me about this festival that's going on. So apparently there's a massive market that's all going on, there's a concert, there's music, there's fireworks down the beach. So apparently it's a really big deal, and it's a lot of buzz about it in the town at the minute, the local town, so I'm actually really looking forward to seeing what's going to be all about.
You know what that means, don't you? Fireworks, music, live performances, food, birds.
And not the green mango.
And look at that. Back to the previous point, he's finished with his penis again.
Yeah. Sorry, everything that comes out of his mouth is directed with his cock.
I'm just playing.
No, he's not. He's got 3 brain cells and 2 of them his testicles.
I've got three brain cells, one of them's like that.
One of them's dead.
One
you
of
don't
them's dead,
know.
one of them's there, just fucking, you know.
The others ain't worked out yet.
And then there's one trying to fucking get all the other ones to do all the other shit. And that one's going, what the fuck's wrong with these two?
Everyone's just speaking over him, and he's like, guys, can we do something normal? No, all right.
It's a bit like Richie Sunak trying to control the Tories. It ain't happening.
They just do what they please.
Fucking hell.
It's a fucking shambles.
Oh, mate, our government's a shambles. It always has been.
Did you see last week the pro-Palestinian march climbed the artillery statue on Hyde Park Corner? Fuck off. Which is for the 500,000 people who died
That
during
is
World War I,
disgraceful.
hung Palestinian flags from it.
That is treason. They should, any citizen who's done that should be, if they got
And the
citizenship,
Metropolitan
revoked
Police failed
immediately.
to arrest anyone for it.
And they've done nothing about it.
No, they chose not to arrest them.
What, the people who are meant to keep the peace and order, the ones who are defacing monuments to our nation, to the sacrifices our people and our ancestors gave. What fucking disgusting behaviour.
Britain has fallen, guys.
I'll never go back.
Oh, mate.
Britain's fallen.
After that, but then they've kind of just removed us.
Do you know,
You know what I mean? The nation's
We've been
gone.
forgotten about. We're back in the past. We're back in the past. Whatever was great about Britain, right, came from the past.
But even then, it's not deemed great today. It was great at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nowadays, we've got nothing to show for anything.
Yeah.
We've got nothing. We've got no bottle.
Moving back to the point of Britain being finished, I find it quite ironic, right? You'll find all these bigots who think Britain's the greatest place on the planet, right? And they will sing to you about Britain should never be slaves.
Oh, mate, that is the most
How high is your tax, mate?
Yeah.
You know.
We're all slaves.
What's the income tax out here, boys? Isn't it like 12%?
Fuck all. Depends how much you earn.
12%.
It's fucking stupid. Like,
And
it's like 32% is a basic flat rate. Oh no, just drop national insurance down to 10% for some people.
Oh, no way.
Right, so it's now 30% for some people and 50% for others.
yeah, very generous of them to take half of your wealth. Nice.
How's that work?
Well, it's 30% for some and 50%
Depends
for
how much you earn.
Depends who you earn, doesn't it? So if you hit that tax bracket.
So back in
everything
England,
after
I earn three peanuts and a bag of hobnobs. So
And they took 3 of them peanuts.
Yeah.
3 peanuts have gone. I've still got half a bag of hobnobs.
No, the bag.
Oh, the hobnobs I
Take
can
all your
have.
peanuts.
Peanuts are gone.
I was going to go the other way around. You can keep the peanuts, see, they're nicking the hobnobs, mate.
It's a bit ironic, you know, you pay your 32% tax, you then leave your actually taxed again, you've got NHS that's failed.
Yeah, so like you pay all this tax, and you're like, oh, it's for the good of the country, for the infrastructure. You go to drive, you start your car, you realise the petrol station is going to cost you a mortgage payment to fill your car up. Then you drive out the petrol station,
fuels tax,
and then your tire's blown out because the council haven't used your tax money that you've given half of your wages for to fix that because there's a massive pothole.
And then you got your road tax, which is meant to do that.
And oh yeah, that also is meant to do that. So I don't know why they can't fix the fucking roads. Okay, and then you go, oh no, then you get poorly. So you go to the doctor.
And then they tax all your thanks, and all that money's meant to go to the NHS.
Oh yeah, because of course the reason why
So where's that going? Right, let's start talking about that.
Let's start pulling that paper trail.
Something like 23 billion cigarettes were smoking in the last 10 years, right, in the UK. And you're telling me we could not fund NHS, right? When cigarettes out here are £1, £2 sometimes, right? So the tax on it, you're making 14, 12, 13, 14 pounds a box.
Well, where's that tax going?
Because it ain't funded the NHS.
The excuse was the NHS. Now I can't see it. No one I know does the NHS gets any good service.
And like slowly but gradually, you see how much cigarettes have gone up throughout the years.
Gradually.
Honestly,
You get slapped every couple of months.
honestly, it's like in like the year fucking 2060, a cigarette's going to cost about as much as your car. Like, it's ridiculous.
Well, they eventually phase them out. Now they brought that new law in. They thought about Charlie made that big announcement, didn't he? King Charles.
Well, he said anyone that's under the age of 14 will never be able to buy cigarettes.
Not a problem. That's a money maker for me now.
So what you've just done is
now
you've
made a black
opened
market for
a new
cigarettes.
black market for cigarettes. That's exactly what you've done.
Because prohibition fixed the alcohol problem in America, didn't it?
Exactly,
That worked wonders.
Because that worked wonders.
Fucking
It's like outlawing heroin and cocaine means you don't get heroin and cocaine in London anymore. The cocaine capital of Europe.
Since World War II, we haven't really evolved much, have we?
No, we haven't.
Like, there was a lot of progress up to that point, and since then we just keep repeating the same mistake over
We
and
just
over
keep
and over
doing it.
again.
We're electing the same
Let's
knobheads.
fight communism. Let's ban cigarettes.
Let's go bomb innocent people in the Middle East for no reason at all, and then have our friends and family members die for a bloodshed that they don't even know why they're fighting them.
Work.
But
And then we have then we get bloodshed over.
Exactly.
But then we get people coming over here beheading our soldiers on the streets, and we go, oh, why did that happen?
Oh, and then when you try and put a memorial down for the poor boy, and then you have to remove it because it might offend them after they murdered your child. You can't even put flowers down.
Listen, Britain is in trouble. Okay, Britain is in
trouble?
very big trouble.
More than in trouble.
Very big trouble. Britain is in a crisis right
That's
now.
like saying the Titanic is currently in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are. It literally is. We are right now the wreckage of the Titanic. That is literally the best metaphor to describe the United Kingdom.
It is the end of the line. That is like the captain of the Titanic going, fuck, I think we're going down.
And if
But the way Britain's going, it's just it's a police state, is what it is. Like that, the police can just demand to see your WhatsApp messages at any given moment. What's that all about? You know, you can't. What is this? What is this shit?
The thing with that statement I like you made, they can see your messages. I'd like to go through any phone of a Metropolitan Police officer now, and I bet you can find group chats who'll incriminate every single one of them.
I can
almost guarantee it. So then the hypocrisy of them telling me, oh, you messaged a joke to my friend, so I can nick you for that, just because I can check through your messages. Get your phone out then, buddy. Let's see what you've been saying to your boys. Yeah, and then see who's actually going to be in the line of fire.
It's fucking stupid.
It's
like, how's
disgusting.
that allowed? Like, the fact you can get arrested for what you say online, which is essentially your own opinion, is fucking stupid. Yeah, people can run down the street shouting from the fucking river to the sea, and no one gives a fuck. That is literally calling for genocide of all the Jewish people in Israel. Before 1948, the Jews and the Muslims lived peacefully together in Palestine.
And the Christians, and the multiple different nations and religions.
What's the fucking difference there? I don't get it. And
it's horrible.
It's just stupid.
Everything
You get arrested for what you say online, you get taxed through the fucking nose, the people are fucking miserable, the fucking pollution is through the nose.
Yeah.
And we've got all these people just going so woke with it all, it's just like, what's the point of being there?
Can't have an opinion anymore, can you?
Can't have an opinion. The women are fucking vile.
It's like when you
not
get-
all of it, obviously.
No, of course not. But like obviously,
This generation of women
coming
in the
through,
West,
it's disrespectful.
That scares me.
And yeah, it does. It's
That really
terrifying.
scares me.
It's terrifying.
There's not a mother amongst them. You know what I mean? Like a woman to
No.
actually raise respectful children. I can't. I
But
have not
social
found
media doesn't help that nowadays.
No, of course
With,
not.
like,
No,
you know,
it's
sort of
just-
telling women how they should act.
It's raised the OnlyFans generation.
Yeah.
Of course it has.
Which is,
Don't go to work. Get your tits out.
yeah, what the fuck?
Flick your
Yeah.
minge on camera.
Are you not better than that?
Nice.
Well, like,
You're worth more than that, aren't you?
100%.
if your fucking dead ancestors could see what you're doing now, what the fuck would they think?
Yeah.
But like, fucking hell, we survived fucking the plague, we've done the fucking,
We've gone through 2 world wars, fucking.
fucking, they've lived through a lot. They've survived right the way back, right? The
Thousands of
one
years.
that's come all the way down from like the ancient Egyptians,
Plague.
all the way through. And now you get your tits out for $3.99. That's what it's come to.
It's like, don't you have a bit more self-respect?
It's not even a fucking meal deal these days.
Yeah, yeah.
$3.99.
Honestly, like,
It's $3.99 worth
Is that-
of dignity and pride and just your family name, quite frankly, as well.
oh,
You know,
your kids, man.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
don't ever have kids, that's just terrible.
I think also we're lucky to not be kids in this day and age.
Oh, we're so lucky.
We're lucky we've
Do you know
dodged that
what?
bullet.
We were lucky that we're not the generation our parents had cameras. Because imagine the internet and because of how we behave and what the sort of random crap you just post on the internet, and then man, in 30 years, 40 years later, you've got kids, your kids are growing up, and all that shit is found online. Yeah, I mean, imagine we were finding that sort of material that you are like people like every age person, because we don't censor ourselves online. We don't care about like what we actually images ourselves. You put naked pictures of yourselves getting railed by like a dozen blokes in it.
That's there forever.
And that's
Oh,
there
once you
forever.
delete that, don't come down.
That's forever. And like if you watch that video of your parent when you were 8, 9, 10 years old in school, maybe in secondary school, you would probably kill
the
yourself.
rates of
in
suicide,
embarrassment.
self-harm and suicide are going to go through the nose in the next
Oh,
100%.
100%. I guarantee it.
And it's so fucking preventable. Then we've got the whole transgender thing where we're just forcing kids down the road of like, oh,
They don't even know who they are.
Let's go for like, you know, you could have drag shows in fucking primary schools
mate,
and
yeah.
fucking nurseries, but you ban Andrew Tate. How's that work?
Yeah.
As if being a kid isn't confusing enough. You know,
Yeah,
you're growing into your
What does
body,
it
you get to
fucking
learn
matter?
about yourself.
What's it fucking matter? Are your kids, until the age of like 13, what do you really need to know about sex?
Nothing. Absolutely.
Fuck off.
Sweet
Give them a
fuck all.
bike and fuck them off at the
Yeah.
house.
Give them a football, give them a bike, and find some mates from
Yeah.
just go out and play.
That's it. Just go out, have fun with your friends.
It's called peer bonding. It builds community skills. It builds communication skills.
We used to call it socialising.
Yeah. You can't do that anymore, guys.
Yeah, get this right. Any kids out there who might watch this, I know there's probably none of you, but alright. When I was young, not that many years ago, probably about 10 to 15 years ago, right? What you do, right, is you get the landline phone. Now I know this doesn't exist in your house
shit.
anymore, yeah?
What's a landline, Dan? That's what they're asking you.
Like it's a phone that only stayed in your house.
Yeah, it
right?
was a house phone.
Fucking mind blowing, right? Then what you do is you'd phone your friend on their landline, yeah, and their mum would pick up and you go, oh, can I, hello, mister, whatever, can I speak to Jordan or whatever the fuck you call it? And they'd go, yeah, go on, let me go get him. Right, you come on, you'd be like, are you coming out today? And they'd be like, yeah, so basically ask you, they'd ask your mum. And she'd be like, no, you're not going out, you've got homework to do. And you'd come back all sorry, and he'd go, no, I'm not coming out. Or you'd go, oh, coming out. And then you get on your bike, right?
Yeah.
Now, this is a thing with 2 wheels that isn't one of those hoverboard things. Yeah?
And it's got pedals.
You had to pedal it.
Right, electric,
And
right?
that was it.
Yeah, you pedalled it round, right? Maybe like a mile up the road, yeah? You'd fucking ram it down there, and you knock on the door, and they come out, and you get football, and you go play football in the park.
And it was that simple. That was
And
it.
that used to entertain us like 9 hours.
And
It'd be
sometimes,
sweet for a weekend. Like,
sometimes kids, you had scooters as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they had 2 wheels as well, but you used your foot to push it along.
Yeah, ain't none of these electric scooters you see now.
Yeah. No.
Ain't none of that.
You did though, didn't you? You just used to, you knock on their door and they go, you coming out? Yeah, alright, I'm coming.
They
Go
go,
and get a ball, like you say, get a fucking ball. You
Yeah.
even make your own goal, get a few jumpers, do
Yeah,
jumpers for
throw
goalposts,
jumpers.
jumpers for goalposts, just throw them
Yeah.
down. Yeah, that's it.
Proper childhood.
Yeah, real shoulders.
None of
it's
them.
like-
Didn't have any of them.
Well, you know, look at the youngest brother, like, he don't really go out, just sits on his Xbox, play Fortnite or FIFA or whatever he's playing.
Yeah.
On his iPad all the time, don't go out with his mates, don't play football, don't do nothing.
Do you know what? That's another thing I see. Like even like younger children, 2, 3, 4 years old, you take the iPad off them, and that's it. Mass screaming, shouting. I'm like, what the hell has happened to us? You know what I mean? Like you can't take a digital device of a 4-year-old. You know what I mean? Without it absolutely causing anarchy for you. You know what I mean? It's
remember my nephew, my brother's boy. They took his iPad off of him once, right, and he started freaking out. So he's screaming, and he goes, "Give me back my iPad! I love my iPad more than anything." This is the reality of what kids are like today.
Yeah. But it is. I don't want to say this in any particular scenario. Is it not lazy parenting?
I mean,
I don't know. Your parents didn't have the opportunity to do it, so they had to interact with that.
Yeah.
I think it's an easy option now of like, you know, when kids are playing up and they're screaming, they're shouting, they're crying, and then you give them an iPad and it calms them down, you know, they've got something to do for an hour.
Do you not see the problem there?
But then
Because now they associate that as like, oh, if I kick off, I get that.
I'll get my iPad.
Yeah. It's kind of like
this unhealthy balance.
It's kind of like feeding the dog at the table. You feed the dog at the table, it's always going to come up to the table. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? If you want the dog not to bother you while you're having dinner, you know what I mean? It's the same principle. You know what I mean? They learn that behaviour, so now they know they can be little dickheads. So my Jack Russell used to do it. He would never come out of the garden unless you brought treats in. So he knew the minute we went to go to work, and we're like, fucking hell, we're going to be late, get the dog in, get the dog in. He wouldn't fucking come in unless you gave him a treat. Because he learned that if you kept staying in the garden, you will cave because he's got more time than you have. You give up first, and he knows, and that just treated that behaviour. He got more of a big little shit, more of a little shit.
And it becomes more of an issue.
And it becomes bigger issue. But because he's Jack Russell, he's only that big, you can spoil a dog, and he's not going to become a cunt. You spoil a child, they're going to become dickheads.
I think children have too many options now.
Yeah.
When it comes to you know, like electronics, because everything was, when we were kids, it was quite basic, wasn't it? Like we had electronics, but we never had like.
I had a really slow PC, but that was a family PC that the bank that my mum used.
PlayStation 1.
I had a PlayStation 1.
PlayStation 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Fuck, I very rarely got on it, but
and they were
I had 2 other brothers.
But even then, even when you had your PlayStations and your old Xboxes and stuff, like you play them, but you'd never be stuck to them, would you? You wouldn't be glued to them.
Well, because the difference is my old man would come in and go, "You've been on that for fucking hours, get the fuck off."
Yeah.
And then, I said, "Oh, I'm just going to do this bit, I'm just going to do this bit," but then I'm lying to him, and then bang out the plug.
So that was just straight off the bat with mine. It just breaker goes off the the power's just gone. It's like, oh fuck, I've done it now, and But last one on top of that, what was your favourite game as a kid? Growing up. Go on, 'cause I've got one.
Well, obviously I was.
What sort of genre console? Because I'm saying PlayStation 2 is my sort of.
I'm going like the original Xbox as well.
Let's say, can we go like 360? Xbox 360? Because that was mainly what that was the first console I had that was technically mine.
Yeah, but you had consoles before.
I had consoles before
as a proper kid.
Okay. When I was a kid.
Technology started getting
technology started getting really good.
I mean, there's been some great games throughout the years.
Oh, can I just make a quick suggestion?
Go on.
GTA San Andreas.
Oh man,
one of the original GTA. Well, not the original GTAs, but Vice City was
really good.
I've got a completely different path for this.
God, what was you going to say?
Do you remember the Simpsons Hit and Run?
Oh my god! Jesus, I forgot about that.
Do you remember FIFA Street?
That was nuts.
I remember
FIFA Street. FIFA Street was good. I hate football, and I used to be good at that. I used to be alright at that.
FIFA Street.
Until my brother played.
Quality games. Do you guys remember Rayman?
Rayman.
I used to love Rayman.
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank, yeah. Yeah, there's been some great games over the years.
Icons, mate.
So we've just finished slagging off this generation, so I'll talk about our favourite games.
But those PlayStation 2 games, they were so basic, they were legendary though. Those games were amazing.
There's really nothing to it.
I'm sure if you used to play them back now, you'd go, fucking hell,
crap. Yeah. But to be fair, they've remastered San Andreas, and that's still a masterpiece, I think.
Do you guys remember a game called Shadow of Rome?
Yes.
You remember Shadow of Rome?
They brought a new one out a while ago, a few years ago.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember. I didn't play it too much because I didn't know it myself. I played on
Yes, they throw weapons down. It was like a gladiator kind of, you know, like
gladiator or Roman era type thing.
Taken.
No, quite like
a Roman.
Have you seen the show Gladiator?
Yeah.
A bit like that, you know, like in the arena, Colosseum,
in the Colosseum, people joining, you get shot.
Roman sort of time. Okay. Really good game. It was for its time. It was a good game.
It was pretty fun, to be fair.
But yeah, they were good times. I do miss them times.
Yeah. Full responsibilities.
Yeah, before stress existed.
Yeah, the only thing you worry about was what were you going to get fed tonight? What's for dinner?
That's it. Yeah. You know, that was actually where at my nan's my nan's house, she had an LP PlayStation 2, and she had a SingStar, you know, with the microphone.
Yeah.
And I remember for hours I'd be on that, you know, just scrolling through all the songs. I remember it had stuff like it had like Good Charlotte. You know, like girls don't like boys, girls
mate, that's
like
gonna be some
money.
That's got some flashbacks on that song.
It had Busted on there.
Busted,
I'm glad I crashed the wedding, and that was actually essentially where I sort of learned how to sing at my nan's house on the SingStar.
That's up for debate.
That's nuts.
Really?
What did you learn to sing?
No. Basically, Dan's just slagged me off.
Yeah, so when you listen to the music, the auto-tune is very good.
Yeah.
Cheers, mate.
Nah, I'm joking.
That was where I learned how to sing. That wasn't where I first wanted to sing. My nan also had Thriller, Michael Jackson on tape. She had it on tape.
Cassette?
Yeah, she had it on tape. So,
nice.
Yeah. I remember I used to hide behind the sofa when the zombies came out of the grave, or when Michael would turn into a werewolf, you know. Just sit there, you know.
Wait for that bit to go.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, when they start dancing, you know, they start down, and I'm just sort of like come back out of the sofa kind of thing, and then I was hooked ever since.
Yeah, mate.
That was it.
To be fair, Thriller's a
You do look like you could have gone to Neverland. You do look like you were touched as a kid.
Come on, Lee. you can leave little Lee here. He can play with me. He can play with my little butthole.
Little Lee?
I take him on roller coasters, it's fine. I'll feed him.
Yeah, well, that explains a
I'll put him
lot.
to sleep. No.
Oh no.
This is an investment, this is. Lots of time and money.
Yeah.
He's going to lose it all in the next 6 months.
Absolutely
Yeah.
will.
Mate, you will.
I'm going to end up like a superstar.
But I'll say this, he goes on the piss every other day. So
Yeah. He's going to do a pile on a beer belly instead. Cut out the kebabs, but he's still drinking the beer.
Huh?
But I love the beers.
You do love the beers. You do love the
I
chang.
love a bit. You do love the chanting now.
What about beer?
I was going to say that. So the only thing that's happening with any night in the UK is the fact that there is riots, basically.
Oh,
There's like a 1 million strong protest planned or something.
A million?
Some are claiming 1 million, others are claiming 500,000. So today, I suppose, in a few hours, Saturday, today, there's going to be a protest in London, pro-Palestinian protest.
right. Oh no.
About 500,000 to 1 million, I think it's going to be.
Great.
Supposedly.
And the police are going to do anything this time when they
No,
start
apparently they're going to
rioting?
hand out leaflets.
Very nice. Because they're not going to use them just as Tinder to set fire to
Yeah,
things.
because our police force are now Avon.
Yeah. They come around with little books and that's about it.
You just sort of like,
It
yeah.
just sounds like they've run out of options now, doesn't it? Like, they just don't know what to do.
Well, wasn't that video I saw? So when they were all kicking off, and then they were like, well, "What are you doing? You're ripping off flags." Because oh, well, we can't. There's too many of them. And so, all right. So if
You're the fucking police.
so your response to rioting is there's too many of them, so we're not going to do anything. So then one of the other people on the other side decide, well, there's more of us than there is of you. What are you going to do when both crowds decide to have a fight? Do nothing again.
If you take
Sweet.
this, if you take
Sack a
this,
lot of you.
if you take this theory, there's nothing stopping just everyone doing whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, of course.
There's nothing you can do about
That one statement is just meant to to the general public that you can do whatever you please.
it. As long as
as
you're
long
doing big enough numbers.
Yeah, as long as you all decide to do it, nothing can stop you at all.
What that tells me is they've got no control.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they've got no control.
They're the police. These are the people we go to when we're in trouble.
Yeah, they've never helped anyone.
Yeah, they don't know what they're fucking.
I've never known a copper that actually genuinely. I've never known someone to go, I had to ring the police for a reason, and they really
got
were helpful.
sorted.
Yeah, and it was done. Normally it is my daughter got raped, but they can't prove it. That's it. Okay, no DNF. Yeah, I mean
No, forever actually.
yeah, that's it.
NFAs.
NFAs.
NFAs all round. My only dating with the place is the fact when I got my car stolen, you lot tried nicking me for a insurance shop. So I think you're all fucking wankers, and you need huge reform in the British police. It's disgraceful.
We've actually got.
You can't deal with protesters, right? You can't deal with them protesters, right? But if a load of white racists go out,
Yeah.
you'll deal with that, won't you?
Yeah, well, if all the
Deal with
skinheads
that.
turn up and start fucking stabbing and this is what I don't want, because all it just means is a racial war in England, and I was just like, what's is going on?
I'm just glad I'm out.
Yeah, I'm just glad I'm not there anymore.
You don't have to fucking suffer it, right? What is there to go back to? That's what I'm like. As a country, it's a failed country. It's extortionate to live there.
It's taken a turn for the worse, practically.
Oh yeah.
It's just.
Right, we had the whole vote on Brexit, right? let's talk about that. Like, we voted, like, we let people who are 70, 80 years old. I'm not saying their vote should be counted any less, but the fact is, let's look at the facts.
They don't have to live through the repercussions of their vote.
Yeah.
Because they know they're not going to live to see the actual outcome of their decision.
And the repercussion of this vote, like, for me, is I'm moving abroad.
Yeah.
That is the repercussion of that vote.
And on that note, most skilled labourers as well.
Yeah,
masses amounts, thousands and thousands of engineers, doctors, they're all leaving because there's nothing, there's no values to stand for.
There's no point living in the UK, right? If you've got any sort of skill that you can use anywhere else, whether you're an electrician, plumber, doctor, junior nurse, whatever you're doing, everyone's leaving.
Yeah.
Because you don't pay enough money, right, in the UK to be able to afford any reasonable lifestyle or anywhere to live.
Yeah.
You're stuck in this circle of renting from dodgy landlords on fucking HMOs, right? You know, you're earning 40, 50 grand a year. How are you stuck in an HMO in London?
Yeah.
How's that?
And yeah, you're on actually, like, compared to the average being, what, 25, 26 grand a year, you're on double the average wage and you still can't afford to live anywhere more than a bedroom in someone else's house. That is disgusting. Like, the country needs to sort this out. The government, they really need to get grips with this.
I people out there go, oh, well, just move away, or, you know, you don't manage your money right. But at the end of the day, you've got to have a certain standard of living. Otherwise, what is the point in life?
Yeah.
You know, what is the point in going through life, right, if all you're going to do is work Monday to Friday and then sleep and recover the next 2 days to go back to work?
That sounds awfully like slavery, mate. Yeah, I mean, like, if you do is work, sleep, and go out to job because you can't afford to do anything else, then you're living your life essentially as an economic slave.
Did you know back in the days of slavery, and you know when like you had a warlord, you know,
like peasants and stuff. Yeah,
back
you
in
work for a lord.
even like the medieval times, right? They used to get 200 days off a year.
Yeah. Because they thought
it was good for morale.
The bishop said this. Yeah, they said to keep the people happy because happiness is key to a functioning society. Yeah, they're 200 days off a year, so they're working. Because obviously during the season when you've got harvests, you'd work probably solidly through them. But the rest of the year,
it's your own.
It's your own.
And how much holiday do you get? Was it 20 paid days?
Oh. I had 20 days off my last job. 20.
20 days a year.
In a year.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's how you.
Oh, but you're not including weekends, alright? So there's 104 weekends, 104 weekend days of the year, plus your 20.
Yeah.
52 weeks of the year, 2 days of the weekend.
And if you want to earn actually decent wage, you have to give your weekends up. If you want to earn actual real money. You want to be able to afford to live properly.
And you work 40 hours a week just to get home and be shagged and have a fucking takeaway dinner.
Yeah.
Or microwave meal or anything. You just go to sleep and get up and do it again. I don't understand that way.
There's no way living.
No way.
I just can't get bored with it. I just don't feel like I fit in with it.
I realised I couldn't comply. I realised I couldn't fit in because I was just hating myself, I was hating life, I was hating everything and everyone, and I realised it's not the people, it's so much it's the system. Like the system we've created in Britain, it makes people angry. Like everyone thinks about how Britain is so angry, like everyone's so rude, no one's polite. You go out here, not a single person is actually impolite. You know what I mean?
Have you seen what's going on in Ireland?
No, what is going on?
I've not seen this.
Well, I've seen
the rioting and looting.
Oh, mate, this is nuts.
So it kicked off after I don't know if it was an illegal immigrant, I believe he was an illegal immigrant, has gone around and stabbed a load of kids and girls, right?
Oh, yeah, I've seen this.
And it is kicking off, mate.
The Irish don't stand for shit.
They ain't gonna stand for that.
And like, that's a mad respect to the Irish because they just all come out in force and they said the cops are trying to stop these. And it's like, well, these guys run around stabbing people. It's like, we're not having none of them. He goes, if that's the case, if that's what they're bringing here, all of you can fucking go. And to be fair, fair.
If you see Conor McGregor on Twitter in a minute, he's leading the charge.
Yeah, mate, fair play to him.
He will be fucking Prime Minister of that country before.
He probably would. I'm not being funny. Like,
it's going that way.
He's got enough money to retire out of UFC if he wanted to, and he'll just become going to politics, Irish politics, and just become Prime Minister.
It's the thing, he's calling them out, he's trying to arrange like protest marches, and like someone asked him what they think they should do with this fellow who killed him, and torture and murder him.
Yeah.
So he's very straight shooting.
It's a fair point.
It is a fair point.
To be honest with you.
I mean, if it was your daughter who got stabbed, what would you say? I would kill them all.
It's a popular idea in.
Yeah.
I think it's all going to kick off soon. I reckon.
Fairness, the days of the IRA aren't far.
They're not that far away. They're not far gone. Yeah. The IRA is still a thing.
Sinn Féin, what is it really?
Yeah.
So, That's going to kick off big time, and fair play to them because they've stood up for their culture and their beliefs and their government, haven't they?
Yeah.
No.
I've got a lot of
Why should they have it? Realistically, why?
Yeah.
Why should they allow us to happen?
This is the thing, mate. They were quite happy allowing it to happen until this happened.
Until
until someone got murdered for it, right? And now it's like, no, they don't want no illegal immigration. They've got a massive housing crisis out there.
So they don't need any more population.
And they know that this is all because of this illegal immigration problem. Because if you're allowed to come in, they've got to live somewhere.
Yeah.
So the government tend to pay for it.
Yeah.
And then
they won't house
the actual people can't
Yeah.
afford to live anywhere.
It's nuts. So like you got they're what do you call it? Asylum seekers. So as a great nation, you've got to apparently house all these people because you can't leave them on the streets. It looks bad for your government. But your own people who are in what is it? 250,000 known homeless people. That's the only known ones. How many are off the grid and just no one gives a fuck about them?
Yeah.
They have to stay homeless. So your own people, it doesn't matter if they're homeless, but you evict families that are rented accommodation that have been there a decade, 20 years, because then you've got to repurpose that house, because it's a council house, for a foreign family. And I've seen this happen time and time again. It's disgusting. It is horrible. And it's like, there's plenty of citizens in the country who are being disappointed and just absolutely abandoned.
I have a question. So you see all these, you got a lot of like illegal migrants that come over. They come over on boats and they come over on the back of lorries and that sort of thing. What I'd like to ask is, where are all the women and children? Where are all the women and children coming back?
I mean, they do come.
You look at them, most of them are all full-grown men.
I think this is down to the fact that women and children, like, much as I know what you're trying to get.
Yeah, I know what he's trying to get as well, but I've got another
on
point
these
to this.
boats, they are going to be majority men because it is very dangerous, and women aren't going to take their children on boats.
So like how you say, you've got a missus, right? And say you're in wherever country you're in, doesn't matter where, because they come from all over the place, right? So, and yeah, your conditions are bad. You want a better life for your family. So you've got to make the big decision and say, all right, my love, stay here with the kids. I'm going to go make the Atlantic trek and almost die doing it.
But if it's so bad,
if it succeeds, potentially sacrificing his life for his family, he then can earn his own income, send the money back home to his family, and feed his family. I understand that and I respect that. You know what I mean? But
it's not just that as well. Like, the fact is, they can make this treacherous journey, and once they're here in their cell, they bring their family in.
Yeah, that's
why they do it. That's why you see the men sewed up. It's not because they're all fighting age battles and all.
It's just like, would you carry your infant child on a boat across the Atlantic Sea? No way.
No, you wouldn't.
But if where they're already staying is so dangerous.
No, but it's not dangerous. It's just devastating. They're just desperate. You know what I mean? It's not like they're getting murdered. It's more like they've got nothing to. They've got no money. They've got no lifestyle.
There's no way of getting income. So it's that dangerous. They probably have somewhere to live. They might already be in Europe somewhere.
Yeah.
But in that trek from Europe over to here, it ain't easy.
No.
So what they'll probably do is they'll probably be leaving them somewhere in Europe and go, look, Britain, give out loads, right? Because that's the reality situation, right?
If you ask them, that's what they say.
And that is the fault of our government. So the fucking just shit policies and bad policies over the last 20, 30 years has allowed them to realise that Britain is a soft touch.
It is a soft
touch.
That's not their fault.
No, not their fault. Like, on an individual level, I have nothing to hate about these people.
And the problem with the country like Britain is it's so full of people, I'm a do-good, all these anti-all protesters and all these people, right? What are your clothes made out of? But bear with me. So you've got all these do-gooders who think they're doing something for the world, right? They've got all these pro-Palestine people and all don't fight, there should be no war, right? They all go, oh yeah, but we've got to let them in. You know, it's nice here, let them in, you know. But then they don't think about their own people, they don't think about the repercussions of this. Or if they do, then they're a little bit too thick, because these will be the same people who in 10 years will be like, I can't get a house, can't get a mortgage, fuck.
Why is that?
Where's all the houses? Why
is there a housing crisis?
Yeah, why is the housing crisis? I can't get a job in anything I want to do.
I did see this video, right? It's a BBC interview, right? And it was about the illegal immigration in the area under refugees, or whatever you want to call asylum seekers. And it was an Asian man, and I think the BBC was shocked when they asked him, because he come as an economic, genuine, legal visaed from India, however young he was, and he's set up his family, and he's got a life there, he pays his taxes, he come here through legal channels. There is no easy way, well, it never used to be back when he come over, to get from India to England. It wasn't an easy way, you had to go through visas and everything.
Yeah.
And he's even said on national television, and they had to cut the interview pretty short after that, because it wasn't the narrative the BBC wanted, I imagine. But he was just like, no, I don't want them here. He goes, I come in legally. He goes, I don't want this country to turn into my country. That's why I come here. He goes, there is no border control in my country. Yeah, I mean, you can't let illegal people into your country. You don't know who they are. You don't know if they're criminals trying to run away from crime.
You wouldn't invite a random person into your home, would you?
Exactly. It's like you don't know what these people have done. You've got to have a vetting process. You know what I mean? That's what a visa is. That's what a visa is.
Well, you've also got you've got Suella Braverman. Don't agree with everything she says.
No, she's not the
but
most.
But the last statement she made is actually what the people were thinking. The BBC proved this by accident.
Yes.
The BBC ran a poll, right, during one of their television shows, whichever shit show it was, and the poll was: do you agree with Suella Braverman's statement, which was
fucking hell, what is it?
It was some form of anti-immigration statement where it just didn't really sit well with the narrative of like the whole left idea, and 95% of the people they asked agreed with her.
But they would though, because people have had enough.
Yeah, people have had enough. People have just had enough of just
Just
tolerating.
rolling over.
It's the thing because
So this is the actual statement she made. I was like.
Oh, yeah, let me read it out for you.
So apparently this is you said this.
This is what she was
what was this from? The BBC. So this is on the BBC page. So it's apparently the statement she made. So essentially, he said migration is an unnecessary stress on the British public's infrastructure and resources.
Suella said that the pressure on the public services for migration is unsustainable. After figures estimated record levels last year, the Home Secretary said that the government must act now to cut numbers to come into the UK.
That was the reason why she got sacked.
So she said
true.
As Home Secretary, she wanted to stop illegal immigration.
Not immigration, illegal immigration.
I don't understand why you wouldn't want to do that.
And she got sacked for it.
Because that's literally her job.
That is her number one job. Like, as Home
security
Secretary
of the nation.
Yes.
Is essentially what it is. Like,
exactly.
I don't get it. You go and do a poll, 95% of the people, so she's doing her job, right? She's literally doing what the people want her to do. And you get sacked for it because it doesn't fit this leftist agenda that, oh no, the woke brigade might get affected. Because that 5% have a louder voice than the 95%. Because the other 95% will get on with it.
Yeah.
Because they've got jobs to do.
Because they've got
They're fucking out there protesting against oil and fucking, save the gay black whale. No, fuck that shit. The common man's got better stuff to be doing. They can't spend their time blocking the M25 because they're trying to get to work on the M25.
Feed their kids.
People got to feed their families.
Exactly. These are the people running the country.
That's the problem.
Keeping the power stations on. You're stopping them from doing their job.
95% who actually agree with her don't have a voice because they're too busy trying to look after their families and going out to work and trying to make an honest living of it. That 5% are scrounging off the fucking council, right? Ignorant bastards who just want to fucking take my tax money, spunk it out of the wall, whatever fucking shit you want to do, right? Whilst out there protesting oil, right? How did you get to that protest, mate? Did you go by train?
I mean, I've seen the video.
Did you get on a bus?
I've seen the minibuses they took. You know what I mean? Like,
Did you drive? Are you wearing clothes? Did you eat last night?
Do you live in a house?
Any of these things, then you use oil, mate. So don't come at us with all those. You need this oil to be gone, mate.
But when you go to Turkey for 2 weeks, do you get on a plane?
Yeah.
Do you get on a plane to go there? Yeah.
And this is the thing, on that note as well, where these people are so righteous. And he said, but you're killing the planet. You're stopping ambulances. People who shouldn't have died. You should all be in prison for murder.
No, when you rolled out that big banner, how do you think they made that banner?
And including the police who didn't remove them.
Jesus.
The police who were there said, no, you can't touch these people. You just protected the people who are letting people in ambulances die that could be fixed. These are not terminally ill people. These are people who are dying and they needed to get to a hospital and you stopped them. You should be all charged with murder. Every single one of you.
You would get people on side. Well, you'd get more people on side if you went to blocked up private airfields. You know?
Yeah.
The top 1% of people who top 1% cause more carbon emissions than the next 66% combined.
Yeah.
So there's no point going after that next 66%.
Yeah.
What's the point? There is no point. The rest of us are doing fuck all.
Yeah.
So you want to look at the people getting private jets. You want to look at your prime minister. You know.
Yes.
This is stupid.
I think, well, actually, I did see something. I don't know if this is true, but it sounds very true. Is like Rishi Sunak's got more private jet transfers, so using private jets out of taxpayers' money than any other prime minister's ever had. So he gets a private jet everywhere. He doesn't give a shit.
But he's always been rich, though, isn't he?
Yeah, no, but he's now using taxpayers' money because he's prime minister. It's a tax-deductible expense.
Yeah, you don't get rich spending it.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Like the level of crap this is like.
It's crap.
There's got blind trusts every.
Oh my.
You don't know which
You don't know
which government contract he's benefiting from.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
going to be benefiting from some of them somewhere, surely.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Otherwise, you'd just come out and say.
Exactly, yeah. If you've got nothing to hide, you would have just been, there you go, here's my cards. If you've got nothing to hide, you'd lay it on the table, you'd be like, go on, have a look. And then they wouldn't find anything.
Everyone's got something to hide, don't they? Let's be real. I don't trust a single politician. I don't care what party they are. I don't trust any of them. They're all as dodgy as they're all as dodgy as each other, and they all cut from the same cloth.
I've worked out how to fix this though, right? I can fix this overnight, right?
Yeah?
Overnight.
Go on, Dan,
I can fix this, right? So I've come up with the solution to get MPs back to representing their people.
I think I know this one. This is good.
So what you do is you cap an MP's salary based on the median salary in his constituency. So if he's in, say Stockport, and the average wage in Stockport's 30 grand or 28 grand or something, or I don't know what it is, could be less, could be more. So say that's the average, say the average salary is 28 grand in Stockport. Your MP for Stockport earns 28 grand a year. So your MP is going to be a local fella who is your average fella.
It puts
a normal person.
It puts their incentives in the right place.
Instead of these uneducated people.
So like you've got your local MP, well then rather than just running, they're just using your seat of your local area, when sometimes they don't even born there, they're not local people, they just move there to get the seat, so they can go to Parliament. Right? They're using it as a hot, but when you do that, what happens is the local MP has to invest in your area to boost the economy, so it benefits the people. His incentives are right.
It's not only that, he will actually know what it's like to live in that constituency
At the average,
he's got more.
They'll be more passionate,
more relatable to the common man.
You'll have people that are down to earth as well.
Yeah.
Instead of all these politicians who are just fucking living in Chelsea Harbour, fucking living it up, fucking, you know, millions of pounds.
Labour MP in Chelsea, politician of the people.
Yeah.
Like,
a multi-million-pound house.
Like, you don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like for families out here that have literally got to fucking work literally all hours of the day just so they can feed their family. They don't get it.
Yeah.
Don't get it.
They really
They don't live in the same world as us.
No.
It's just not how it works.
It's just been a bitch about Britain, but, you know, there's plenty to bitch about.
I mean, after spending almost 2 weeks here, we've got a lot of reasons as to why, in comparison, you really don't need to be in Britain anymore.
No.
Just save your money up, guys, and just do it. Make the jump.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Save your lives. Save yourselves. Honestly, you
shit.
can't save the country anymore. Save yourselves.
It really ain't great.
No.
It really ain't great. Is there anything you'd like from Britain here?
Oh, yes. The one thing I do miss is a proper British fryer. That is the one thing I do.
I was going to say something food related. I was going to say like.
Other than that, in the when you're hanging out your house,
why don't we just
better than a greasy fry.
put a big fuck off Greg's on Koh Samui? We can all have ourselves a nice sausage roll and.
Yeah, Greggs, what are you doing, mate?
Come on.
Apart from that,
yourselves
you can keep the rest, really.
Not much here.
I mean, the healthcare's better. The pharmacies are far cheaper. There's a good,
beer is cheaper, food's
beer's cheaper.
Everything else is cheaper.
Weather's better.
Weather's better.
Yeah.
Cars are cheaper, bikes are cheaper, fuel is cheaper.
Everything's cheaper. Life is better. It's, you know, it makes no sense to stay in the UK.
It doesn't, especially not now. Not now. I just don't see like a bright future for England at the moment.
You can't. The thing is, when you look at it,
I can't find any light.
I try to be a bit educated about what's going on in our economy and going on about politics and stuff. And I think, but politically, I can't see a way out. Yeah, I mean, I can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Economically, there is no light at the end of the tunnel for Britain. Yeah, I mean, militarily, we're fucked. Yeah, I mean, on every metric you could measure, healthcare, we're fucked. Infrastructure, we're fucked. They're like outdated.
We don't lead the way in anything.
We literally, in every metric you can measure Britain, it has failed. And that is the truth. It has failed. Yeah, I mean.
Britain's a land of few resources.
We don't have a lovely oil field in the fucking Cotswolds we can pick on. Yeah, I mean.
But yeah, that's what's shit with Britain.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So do us a favour, escape.
Get out of there, guys.
Yeah.
Do the right thing. You know deep inside you, you know where you want to be.
Yeah.
It's not there.
No, it could be anywhere.
And then if you work your arse off, maybe you could take your family with you.
That's something that I think I'd take from Britain.
Yeah.
Back here, would be my family, 100%. Because
I'm alright.
because not being funny, like every single day you hear something about.
To be fair, I'd like to bring your mum out here.
We would all love to get your mum out here.
Sorry, mum. Sorry, mum, for watching this.
I'll take it as a compliment. fittest mum in the
I'm not
family.
going to take it off.
I'm glad you said that.
No, sorry, Tina.
Exposing Nick.
Exposing Nick. He's been waiting for years.
Oh
He did actually want you on that night.
no.
He had to settle for second best.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
It's all
Okay.
coming out now, isn't it, lads?
I'm going to
Yeah.
show my face again.
It's all coming out now.
Oh, dear.
Oh, that's brilliant.
To be fair, she'll know that one.
Oh,
She's a lovely old bitch. She'll make a mean bro.
I'll tell you what, mate, when we were kids, we used to go around there a lot because during the summer holidays, or any holiday in particular, when my mum and dad would both be at work and they didn't have anyone to sort of take it, and then she used to make these, oh my God, she used to make her own chips from scratch, she had to fry
them.
She used to make us all sorts of sandwiches and, your nan's cooking. There ain't no cooking like your nan's cooking, is
Top
there?
tier.
Don't get me wrong, I love my mum's cooking, but your nan's cooking is original, isn't it? You know, this was how they used to do it, and it was just magnissimo, bravo, grazie, fucking pucker.
It sounds like the sea lion, mate.
I love you, Nan. Listen, Nan, if you're watching this, you're probably not, but if you're watching this, Nan, I love you.
Yeah.
Yeah, these two love you as well.
Yeah, I'll leave my number here. Give us a call.
Yeah, down below.
Oh, dear.
Sorry, Nan. Yeah. I have to say sorry to Mum and Nan.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, dear.
Yeah. Did you know that the Cleopatra lived closer to the moon landing than she did the building of the pyramids?
I have seen this. I've also seen the other one was she was closer to the creation of the iPhone than she does the actual creation of the pyramids.
Yeah, it's nuts.
That's nuts. That is insane.
That's wild.
It's quite mad.
Yeah, no, think about it.
Yes.
Because when you think about it as a historical figure, you think, oh, pyramids, you think like thousands of, well, it was like thousands of years, like a very long time ago. But her lifespan like proves how old that civilization truly was. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does, but then there's a great debate about when the pyramids were built.
There is a massive debate on this.
There's a huge debate on this.
Well, then they
Yeah.
reckon the Sphinx is older than the pyramids.
The Sphinx is supposedly older than the pyramids, but it depends which pyramids you talk about. There's a lot.
Well, obviously we know that, obviously there's rumours of being like 13,000, 11,000, even a few thousand years ago when like Cleopatra was roaming about, they were still active. Like people were still using them as tombs and.
To be fair, you're right. Yeah, I mean, during Cleopatra's time, they were
people were still occupying these
Yeah.
pyramids. You know, they were still using them.
So supposedly the Sphinx got repurposed.
Yeah.
Right.
So the Sphinx was originally a big cat,
Yeah.
and then they carved the mummy's head into it.
Right.
Or like Pharaoh's head, sorry.
Yeah.
Pharaoh's head.
Like a big lion or
They
something.
carved it
was.
in,
Yeah.
and I reckon it's at least 10,000 years old because there's watermarks on the rock.
Like a water erosion.
Water erosion. marks.
Like a rain.
Yeah, like they had
like a
rainstorms. And we knew that they used to have rainforest storms
It's
down there
a desert.
many years ago.
Yeah.
So at one point that was rainforest,
Yeah.
and that was where that come from. But the last time that part of the world was rainforest was 10,000 years ago.
Right.
So it's got to be at least 10,000 years old. But then that's up to debate because if you look at the books, it's going to tell
But
you
that's like minimum age, isn't it? Really, because that's as far as we can go.
Yeah, it depends who you talk to though, because a lot of archaeologists like to believe it's 4,500 years old that the Egyptians built it.
Yeah.
Even though that there's this evidence of other stuff.
Right. So that's bollocks then, isn't it? Really.
Yeah. But they don't.
In a
they don't.
nutshell.
Well, I think the problem with it is because we will never be able to go back and have a look, we'll never know for definite.
No,
it's always going to be up for debate.
Probably the people who argue that it's not 10,000 years old are the people who wrote the fact that it was 4,500 years to begin with. And they've made a lot of money
And reputation.
based
The whole
on
career is based on this.
Egyptologists.
Yeah.
Right, and now someone's come along and gone, oh, that's all wrong.
Yeah, that's bollocks. Yeah, I mean, like,
They've
essentially what they've
just
done.
done 50 years of work on it.
They've spent all that time and they've
Their
got all that money
reputation, their career.
They don't like it.
Yeah. And they don't
I'm
like
sure
it.
they don't.
Yeah.
You know, if archaeology wants to be seen as a science, then you've got to accept that. 'Cause
You've got
that's
to
how
accept change.
that's how it progresses, yeah.
Of course.
As you understand and develops.
Like a scientist will have one theory, and that very same scientist might change his theory.
Yeah. So
Once he does more tests, or another scientist might do a test and realise, oh, that theory it trumps that theory. That theory doesn't make sense in this, this metric. So Yeah, I mean, that's how the laws of physics work.
Well, obviously, science in general,
proven in multiple different ways.
You don't know for sure, but you can get as close to it as you possibly can.
Yeah,
in the sense of
it's a constantly evolving understanding of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Essentially what it is. And the moment you sit there and start going, no, that's a fact, that's a fact, that's a fact. With the exception of perhaps biology, you fucking tripods. Don't at me about that, you fucking wankers.
Yeah, biology.
I'm not here to argue about fucking tripods, we're talking about the fucking pyramids.
Yeah.
But archaeology is so desperate to be seen as a science that it doesn't want to sort of go back and admit that it was wrong. But then that is what science is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because
of course it is.
Disproving what was already thought to be true.
Otherwise we'd still think the world was flat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise we'd just go on them facts.
And unfortunately, some people do.
yeah.
Back in the ancient Greek times, or the Romans, if you had a headache, they'd drill a hole in your head.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Since then, we've found out that paracetamol is far more effective.
It doesn't kill you.
Well, even back in stuff like maybe a bit more like even after then, you got like the Western times where they believed that if you stick a nail in your ear, it will get rid of your headache, and it's like
Yeah, that's where that originates from. The old wives' tale of it's more pressure. It's not to do with this. Essentially, normally where you get headaches is dehydration because the brain has no nerves. It's the skull with nerve feelings around your head. That's what actually has the pain. But they used to believe it was pressure in your skull that's trying to get out. So they thought if they made a little hole in your head, all the demon pressure would leave your brain, and then suddenly you'd feel right as rain.
But we've since learned and we've progressed, so I don't see why it's not the same with archaeology and that. But what's interesting to me, if they had 10,000 years ago, there were some seriously advanced people.
Yes.
Knocking about 10,000 years
Well,
ago. And people don't like to talk about these.
Well, that pushes human civilization.
That's paleontology.
Yeah, that will push human civilization. If that was solidified and understood as a fact that the pyramids were over 10,000 years old, that pushes actual civilization
10,000 years old.
even further back that we already say exists.
Because for it to be considered a society, they've got to have taken up agriculture and designated jobs out. So without agriculture, you wouldn't be able to designate other people to build the pyramids because everyone would be out hunting for himself.
Essentially, yeah.
So society was definitely about that point. My theory is I like the youngest dry theory.
Oh, I love this theory.
Which is about 10 to 12,000 years ago there was comet impacts in the Earth. Quite big comets.
Or some sort of natural disaster, massive.
No, that's the youngest dry theory. The youngest dry is the comet.
Oh, okay, I'll fair play.
So that's why it's the youngest dry theory. Other theories are...
I guess so. I agree with the natural disaster happened and wiped out some sort of civilization.
Yeah, that theory is that a comet struck Earth roughly 12,000 years ago and reset people back to your hunter-gatherers. Because, if society breaks down, you've got no water anymore, you've got no agriculture, then what you do? You've got to go out there and you've got to hunt, you've got to do stuff.
You've got to fend for yourself.
So that kind of sets you back. Oh, bastards. It's taken off.
Goodbye, Dan Cam.
That one's out.
Right, Dan Cam's off.
Dan Cam's out.
It kind of sets you back, didn't it? So, my theory is that they were about 10,000 years ago, probably far more advanced than we were. Because not being funny, if they could move them bricks 500 miles away from the quarry where they were quarried.
Have you seen the videos of what we actually how we actually move? We quarry stone. We use these insanely massive trucks and bulldozers and stuff. You see them try and move these slabs that are smaller than the solid bricks that are put in the pyramids. They can't do it. Like these bricks, you have to use multiple trucks, and you think. They didn't have diesel engines, they didn't have electronics, they didn't have hydraulics. You know what I mean?
But how did they do it? We know that though.
The thing is, this is what I'm saying. You don't know that.
Yeah.
You don't know that for sure.
That's what I mean.
They could have found other ways of using different energy. They probably didn't go down the petrochemical route of plastics and stuff like that. Otherwise, we'd be finding plastics now. Yeah. You'd be looking at they might have done something with the wind, or they might have
manipulate another energy force. Yeah, definitely.
They manipulate another energy force, so they've had a different energy that would make it work. But of course, it's bewildering that you just don't accept that society's been about for fucking thousands of years. It's quite an ignorant thought here, really.
It's very ignorant of us.
That we are the first to be the
we're the first to have such a a superior, advanced civilization. Like you say.
It is quite an ignorant thought.
It is ignorant.
How old's the planet?
Billions of years old. I don't know. It's billions.
Like 3 billion years or something?
It's only I think
we're going to say that people have been about for at least 300,000 years because they found that dude in Morocco.
Yeah, they can prove that.
So I'm going to say at some point in the last 2,000 years,
We've
Like, are you
built
saying
towns and
it's taken?
cities.
There's probably
Yeah.
been.
It hasn't taken that long to be
It's taken 2,000 years to get here.
exactly.
Yeah. From when our official calendar started recording, when we
And there's
decided.
been another 298,000 years before that. So I'm going. There's definitely been more advanced people than we are.
Yeah.
I do agree with that. I do agree with that.
It's insane that.
But I like the theory on the pyramids of because if you look at a lot of like what they call like the hieroglyphics, you know, hieroglyphics. You look at quite a lot of them, and they've got loads of stuff like tanks and helicopters and modern
I know
day.
what you're on about, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like a lot of them are sort of drawn out.
So a lot of these don't, like when we call them out, when you talk about helicopter or anything like that, he's not talking about it looks distinctively like a helicopter, but you can make out that there's some form of uplift and it flies, or a chariot, you know what I mean, or some form, and they're descriptive. So they must have had some form of vehicle or mode of transport that we haven't considered.
It could have been even something, you know, like maybe an extraterrestrial.
I mean, if you want to go down that route, I
would like to go down that route because I wouldn't pan it out for when the pyramids were made. You know, so that's a very advanced bit of equipment, isn't it?
I mean, don't get me wrong. The pyramids, 10,000 years old, or if you're going to go down that route, and what we believe as the norm, that they shouldn't have any of the sort of technology to construct something like that
for its time.
There must be someone helping them, or something, or a technology we don't understand that they use.
There's no known hieroglyphics, anything like that.
Oh, okay, that's probably a load of bollocks, in mate. Unfortunately, my friend.
No, not quite like that.
I think he's more talking about those like images,
like the images
on the walls and stuff like that. Maybe.
And the one you want to look at is the out of place. Is it out of place? Oh.
Yeah, I've seen a few of these, but they are genuinely. But then
out of place artifacts. So
these
are
the clock.
So out of place artifacts are things that sort of just can't be explained, right? So like you find, so there's a mechanical.
So it's like a cog.
Yeah, from the 2nd century. So I did not know about that.
So
it may not have been like an engine cog, but maybe it was a cog.
So essentially, it's loads. I don't know if you know much about it. So I know a little bit about it. I don't know loads. So before anyone starts screaming at me, oh, you got that. But essentially, they reckon it's some sort of locking mechanism, or it's some sort of clock to take time.
It could have been for like a bridge, like connected to a crank on a bridge, so they can open the bridge.
It's very highly sophisticated. Into what it's like, you know, like a Swiss watch, and you all the little gears, all interlinked. It's precise and it's really hard to make. They made something like that, but they don't really know what the purpose was of it. So they think because it doesn't work. Obviously, it's corroded to fuck. But they reckon it's some sort of way of keeping time. Maybe it's tracking time. Maybe it's a locking mechanism for a vault. Yeah, I mean they don't.
Could have been used for anything.
Yeah, because obviously they don't know what it is precisely, but. To produce it alone, or what it is, when they've x-rayed it and they've seen all the gears and intertwined components, they would need like lathes, you'd need mills. I mean, like today, that's what we'd use to produce something like this. So how they've done that, and they understood that would work, they've either had some insanely human genius, you know what I mean, at the time, or they just had a much further understanding of science than we believe.
It's the same way all the pyramids line up perfectly. There's a little window in the pyramids that line up perfectly for the summer solstice.
Yeah,
so, like, they were able to align that
perfect.
And all the points are perfectly north, south, east, and west. Like,
it's too advanced for its time.
Yeah, so
that's what people are trying to sort of.
That's why I think I'm the person who.
Why is everyone so neglectful of like, oh no, we're the first here?
Yeah, I think it's so arrogant, isn't it? It's very arrogant.
I mean, surely that should prove that they were a lot smarter than what people.
I genuinely believe we do not give our ancestors the credit they actually deserve.
But then by that same stretch, what about simulation theory?
Oh, don't get me started on simulation. Oh my god.
Because
the probability of this being not real right now, and we're all in a simulation, is more likely than this is reality. So you, Lee, you don't exist.
So the fact that for us, I think that we are the very like, because you see all this AI stuff, and you know you've got like, you can sort of create like fucking.
AI scares me.
Yeah, but you can create people within a world, right?
Yeah.
And that's a world, right?
Yeah.
And it's on its own now, right? And like people can do that. So you can create like a digital world where people have digital lives and they all go about it, and right. So the odds that we are the very first to do that are so slim.
Yeah.
Then it's more likely that we are just somebody else's animation.
Yeah.
Right.
So we are just created or something.
We're like,
someone else.
yeah. Or it'll be like you know, where you keep animals in like a bowl or in like a cage. You know, like a behind a glass cage.
A bit like Sims, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is,
And
I did see
the
a
Earth's
study
just in
of
one
this,
big
right?
cage.
So someone took AI, as amazing as AI is, and they essentially generated like a Sims, but he essentially roided it up with AI. So these people, these Sims are completely doing whatever they believe is right or whatever it is. Eventually, some of them committing suicide because they were unhappy. And it's like, it's an electronic program. Why would they kill themselves? You know what I mean? Like, and so it gets to the point where they're having their own relations, they're having their own communities, people are making their own decisions, and you think that person genuinely believes it's real. Like, it's electronic it's a program. Yeah, I mean, but in theory, that is no different than us. That you believe you're a master of your own destiny, they believe they're the master of their destiny. They don't know nothing about us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like on that level of how simulation works, we can never disprove that we are in a simulation or we're not. It's crazy. It's not.
It is.
It's mad.
Quite mad when you think about it.
There's a proper rabbit hole you go down there.
It's like, have you ever seen the ending of Men in Black 2? Where they zoom out in all of the universes, and then you got those massive aliens that are playing with balls, with their marbles, and it's all the universes.
And we're one of their marbles.
It's quite an insane. Like I remember watching that, and I was thinking, oh fucking hell, that's quite terrifying.
Yeah.
But reality, that could be a thing.
That could be.
It's the Matrix rabbit hole, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It is terrifying. It's terrifying.
I do find it interesting though. It's definitely something that makes your head sort of.
I think it's good for people to do this sort of thing, to actually have a think about your existence and like have a think about
and like
and
why are we here and how are we here and
trying to
understand what it's all about really.
Yeah, it's an interesting one to think about. There's so many rabbit holes you can go down with.
Of course there is.
Yeah.
Got your simulation, you've obviously got your basic religion theory. Now, I don't believe that. I personally think that religion comes from shrooms.
I've heard this one before. Like,
and I can take this back to the ancient Greeks, there's proof of this. So, I heard someone on Joe Rogan talk about this, and the ancient Greeks used to hold ceremonies with ergot. Now, ergot is it's a mould that grows on wheat, but it's a hallucinogenic, right? Okay. So what they'd do is, it was very sacred. You could only do it at certain places, and you have to be invited, and you normally
proper ceremony,
proper ceremony. Be like blow a load of smoke at you,
right?
Really set the scene, and you drink this wine with this ergot, so or like beer or whatever it was, so it's gone off, and then you start to hallucinate, and you see things, and supposedly there'll be these spirits that talk to you whilst you're hallucinating, which, having done magic mushrooms, I could see it.
Yeah, I can understand what was going on.
No, if you put the setting in the right place, and apply a bit of smoke, because I could see where that's coming from. And the fact that we know that DMT does that, for sure, is it's kind of strange. Like, surely that tells you, if the ancient Greeks were doing that to talk to their gods, doesn't that sort of stem from everything?
Doesn't that kind of sort of, rule out everything else that's sort of been said?
Yeah, and the only other thing is, you can see the Big Bang. That's another
you can see the afterglow or something in the distance of the galaxy.
Explain, like why the dinosaurs were here, and if you go back so far, religion won't be there, if that makes sense.
So the planet's
the history of the planet and the scientific history of the planet will still be here until it was first here. Whereas religion will only come until a few thousand, 20 odd thousand, however long religion was there for.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Exactly,
The history of the planet stretches out longer than the history of religion.
Exactly.
And I think religion's changed. So, the gods that the ancient Greeks believed, no one believes in them.
Of course.
Vikings.
Thor. Scientology.
Yeah.
Scientology. But then you get to even levels of Catholicism, like in Christianity, you got splinter groups. Yeah, I mean, and then you
you get all your Mormons.
If that is the Bible's the Bible, but then you can go, actually, I don't really like that bit of the Bible, so I'm gonna make my own Bible. That's pretty much the same, but slightly different. Then it's not. Then if you do that over generations, the original religion that might, even if you believe it is true, ain't true anymore. Yeah, I mean, because you've changed it so many times over centuries. Exactly, yeah. I personally, my belief on religion, right, is not that there's a big gods and stuff like this and all that sort of stuff. My personal belief in religion is most religions overlap in teachings. So, like, there's stories that we would tell around the fire, or we would tell, because nothing was written down. people didn't know how to read for centuries, for thousands of years. It was a very uncommon thing. So the only way you would educate people is by talking. So if you're trying to teach your children that, oh, if you go out in the woods in the dark, there's going to be wolves and stuff, that monsters will eat you. You're teaching your child, don't go out in the dark because the wolf's going to eat your fucking face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but these essentially, and I think they're just stories that are trying to teach people the correct way to live your life to the fullest. So in some respects of religion, you can take for granted, you can take genuinely, like the teachings.
What I don't understand is all these religions that hate each other, right?
Oh mate, yeah.
There's a lot of them that all hate each other, right?
Yeah.
But why is your God any more real than any other God?
Yes.
On the basis of none of you can fucking prove it.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah,
you know, at least the
died
Greeks could take a drug and see their God.
Yeah.
It's like I don't believe in your God as much as I don't believe in any other of the gods. So so you only believe in however 1,000. You believe in one God. I don't believe in the other 999 gods.
You
see, because it's one word against the other.
Exactly, and none of you can prove it. So I don't understand how that makes sense to them.
That is why I don't believe in religion, because it's like you say, it's your word. My God's real. No, mine is.
I understand why people like it. There's a big community aspect to it, and you can live in a very good way. But I feel like, like the teachings, but the actual, if God is real,
religion, but there's a lot of.
If you remove the God part of religion, I reckon the teachings would be good for people. Yeah, I mean, like a lot of the teachings, not all of them.
Well, I think this loss of religion sort of accounts to the wokeism crisis we currently have. Because people buy into wokeism, and it's like whether it be your transgenders or your oil protests, you believe that should be your opinion is fact. Your opinion should be enforced on everyone else, right? Much the same way religion is, right? Because you don't believe in religion, and people need something to believe in.
People do need something.
I get that.
To be fair, on that statement, I agree with you there. Because I think that says rather than having religion, you've turned it into you don't believe in gods because that's all bollocks. But your devout thing, you believe religiously that the planet is going to die if we don't turn all the oil taps off. So it's like you've replaced religion with another religion.
You believe that there's like unlimited number of genders and it's not set by physical appearances and physical body parts, right? Whichever that case theory you want to go for, right? You then want to ram it down other people's throats as much as you can, much like you Jehovah's Witnesses knock on your door, you got the Christians in the high street screaming about Jesus or Saviour, right? We don't want that. No one wants that.
No one likes the geezer screaming about Jesus on the street.
than the people screaming about Jesus.
You are the nut jobs.
Just because you're lost. That's all it is.
Find yourself a real purpose in life.
Let me put it this way. Okay, so when I was a kid, my dad used to do this thing with his thumb. Okay, right, and he made it look like his thumb used to come off. Okay, like for years, never understood how he did it. Completely baffled my mind. But it turned out he never actually took his thumb off.
He had two thumbs.
He used his other thumb. So that maybe he was never really taking his thumb off in the first place. At all. No, at all. And when you think of it like that, it's like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And it's also the same way I don't believe in Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny. When I was a kid,
lay off the Easter Bunny.
Well,
he's my boy.
He's treated me well. But when I was a kid, my dad used to tell me the tooth fairy will come give you a pound
or something like
and Santa's going to get you.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying don't believe in something, right? I'm saying don't choose wokeism, right? I'd rather you believe in your God, it gives you better teachers and better.
Yeah, it gives you values in life.
Whereas
love thy neighbour. Where's that happening?
Your blind religious belief in wokeism isn't giving you any good teachings. There's no good teachers to take from that.
And you're adding no value to society. It's
not like you're an accepting member of anyone else who's different, because it's always, you're a cis woman or you're a cis man. What's that?
You're categorising people.
You're a fucking tranny, mate. How about that? 'Cause I don't like that term, you don't like that one.
Yeah.
How's that? It doesn't matter to me, because
the things I don't get about
feelings
it.
Don't.
I will hurt your feelings quicker than you will hurt mine. Trust me.
We've got quite thick skin in this group.
Yeah, we've got quite thick skin in the country, to be honest. For the average Joe, who isn't a wokest bastard. No, not anymore. We used to. We used to have thick skin. Now it's all wokey bastards.
Everyone gets offended. Like, who are you to just about being offended?
Isn't it? Like, relax. Just chill out.
It's a joke. It used to be part of our culture.
Not everyone's out to get you. Don't worry. Just fucking chill out.
No one gives.
What I'm trying to say is, I think we should go back to religion.
Yeah.
Like, in the sense of, like, not in a way of...
In believing in something.
Yeah.
In believing in something, like...
Not in the way
of... It's better to believe in religion than it is to, whether that be Islam, Hinduism, you know, whatever you want,
Buddhist.
Judaism, Buddhist, Christian, Catholic, whatever you want to believe in. I think that's a lot better for you, because at least you get better teachers, a sense of community and a sense of accepting everyone. If you teach it properly, obviously, if you take the right-wing aspect of Christianity, you'll want to go out and fuck up all the fucking Muslims.
Yeah.
If you want to take the right-wing side of
Islam, you do the
you'll
same.
go out and kill the Jews or
and the Christians.
you know, and the same goes pretty much everywhere except for
it's the extreme side, isn't it?
But then when you actually talk to, because obviously I've got friends who are Muslims and stuff, but when you actually talk to them, you actually sit down with these people and talk about their religion, because I was interested in their beliefs. A lot of it makes sense.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
I'll by all means believe in what you want to believe.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I'm not against you believing in your
It's the
religion.
individual believing in what you want to believe. You've got your own conscience. You don't have to blindly believe because an old man who's told you something. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to blindly. You've got your own conscience. If you say no, that is wrong, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to take a knife and go cut off heads of Christians or go around stabbing up Muslims, because that's wrong. Yeah, I mean, because that is wrong blatantly. Yeah, I mean, but if you take the actual points of actually, no, I should love, like in Christianity, love thy neighbour. That's a bloody good statement, and you can't disprove it. You should love everyone, treat them as your family, and then once you build a family community of a neighbourhood. We've lost that in Britain. We've lost the community.
But I will respect anyone that wants to believe in what they want to believe in, but I don't have to follow that same path. If I don't believe in religion, I don't have to.
There's no reason why you can't get on it.
Of course not. I'll get on with anyone. I don't care what you are.
And that's another thing. I hate the fact that some people won't entertain anyone if you're part of a group. Whether that's Muslim, whether that's...
The amount of innocent people who die for this,
blue or
why
red.
believe in that religion.
Yeah, I mean,
It's ridiculous, it's stupid.
Yeah.
It goes the same for political parties. People are bought into that instead.
Yeah.
Like,
So we've removed religion, like you say.
Yeah, and you're now either Tory or Labour, or you're Democrat or Republican.
Yeah.
Right, and you will stick to your guns no matter how fucking stupid your
No
candidate
matter
is.
how bad the Tories are doing, no, they're doing the best because the Labour will never be better. Yeah, I mean, but
It's
then...
just bollocks. You don't vote for a candidate, you vote for the party.
Yeah.
It's like voting for your favourite football team. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah. That is actually the best way to describe it in Britain. Like, the politics is best.
Like, because you go on Tinder in Britain, it'll be like, no Tories, and you're like,
does it really fucking matter?
Yeah.
Like,
Sorry, sweetie, I wasn't inviting you out to know your political beliefs, to be honest.
you know what I mean?
we won't go down for PMQs.
In question
I
time.
don't care if you're Christian, you're Muslim, you're Buddhist, or whatever you are, or you're black, you're white. Like, do you drink beer? Yeah, come on, let's have a beer.
Yeah.
Like,
Do I get along
I don't
with you?
What happens if I don't drink beer though?
Then they can get a Coke.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were going to say get fucked, but...
Or a lemonade, or whatever they drink.
But I think there's so much division nowadays, and everyone's getting put into groups and categories and
but
boxes.
people like
I hate it. Yeah, people want to be...
They just want to argue online because there's no face-to-face confrontation where they might get physically hurt.
Yes.
Like, we have removed the fact of...
You have to stick to your...
You weren't able to say that to people's faces because you were like, oh no, they might hurt me. Now it's, if he does, even if you do say it to their face, you're like, I'll just sue him. I'll sue the fuck out of him. Alright, I'll just ruin his life.
Yeah.
No, mate, you've got a set of bollocks about her, and you either give one back or think about what the fuck you've just said to someone.
If you can't say something in front of someone without knowing they're going to threaten your life, then maybe you shouldn't be saying that sort of shit. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest.
And the fact that people just say it over the internet and
so so easily just done. Yeah, I mean, it's just
fucking passing comment.
Yeah, it's like it's nothing nowadays, and you're like, I mean, some people
for genocide.
Literally, people are calling for genocide, and they haven't. The last time they said
what makes me laugh is like. Your people in London shouting from the river to the sea, they never know what it means.
They don't know what it means.
Because you don't know what it means. That's the genocide of the fucking Jews right now. If you go back to World War II,
it wasn't in control of the Palestinians.
It was fucking the genocide of the Jews.
Yeah.
It's fucking, honestly, some of these people, they just don't stop and think. They're just so blindly in belief of whatever the fuck they believe in, whether it be your wokeism,
you get a lot of sheep as well.
Do you know what I think? I think this is spreading.
So I'm not saying you shouldn't be saving the people in Palestine, right? I'm all for saving the people in Palestine.
I want the bullets to stop flying. I want missiles to stop flying.
The best case scenario is they both go, yeah, let's just call it a day, let's live in peace, right? You know, we've done this, you've done that, let's wait.
Listen, we've both been we've both been at each other. Look, we could both blame each other for
from now to the end of time.
Yeah, of course they
Do
could.
you know what
But
the scariest thing about that conflict at the minute is, right? Is because there seems to be no era of peace, actual peace talks of like where this is going to end, right? There seems to be no, which is horrifying, which is terrifying for everyone.
Yeah.
And then when you talk about, like you say, from the river to the sea.
I'm not sure.
There's a hostage thing, but
given over a few hostages.
yeah, but there's a ceasefire for a few days, I think, or for a day. But there seems to be no actual real de-escalation at the minute. Yeah, I mean, which is terrifying. And when you're starting chanting from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free, that means there is no Israel anymore. Israel have nuclear warheads. Do you think if their country is going to be gone and their way of life is going to be removed, they're not going to use them? Then what happens?
a lot of people have.
Then
nukes.
what happens?
There's loads of nukes out there. Even if you look at Ukraine and Russia, you know, it's the exact same situation. And all of a sudden, you don't really hear much about that these days, do you?
And it's like, something. That's another point. Yeah, well, everything was all Ukraine, and
It was all
nothing's on
give to
Ukraine.
Ukraine.
Yeah,
and now Palestine.
now something else
you
has
know.
happened. No one cares. Like it was just like fleeting trend. Like, oh, look at my dress. Now this dress is in trend. It's almost like it's like that, but people are dying for it. It's absolutely disgusting. And it's like, oh, people's whole ways of life and families been genocided and murdered, and I just think it's horrific. And I'd love just people to actually read their own religious books sometimes and think, no, I am no longer in favour of God once I've taken that wife and murder that family.
There are bad teachers in every religious book.
Agreed.
So then what you've also got to look at is these books are thousands of years old.
Yeah, they could be updated by now. You know what I mean?
We are removing songs from the 50s because they're misogynistic. Right? You can't update the Bible.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. Baby, it's cold outside, it's too bad, but you know, kill all the infidels.
It might say something a
games.
bit dodgy in the Bible, but that was written a very long time ago. That is the difference.
Yeah, but
people's interpretations of everything is just so skewed, and it's just.
It is.
We're living in a very crazy time now, ladies and gentlemen, and it's very terrifying.
It is.
I'm worried.
I think deep down it does give me a bit of anxiety. You know, I mean, not day to day, you know what I mean, because I get on with my life, but when you actually sit down with your own thoughts and think about everything that's going on in the world, you're thinking, for fuck's sake,
You
guys.
think people want to?
I do want to see the age of 30. Yeah, I mean,
roll a big joint, away and forget about the worries.
That's
Go to
it.
shrooms and pretend it ain't happening.
Let's all just be mates, say.
The best thing you lot could do is get out of the way so when national service comes in, fucking well away from fucking Britain. So when they give you that phone call, you go, bye.
Yeah, don't go and sign up to die in a war you don't believe in.
What are you dying in wars for? Like, what is this? Killing country? Like, fuck off, mate. This ain't fucking medieval ages, like, killing country. My life's worth no more than King Charles's is.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see it as like he's any different to I am. He's no kin of mine. Like, I didn't decide you to give you the God-given right to be king. Like, I didn't decide that. The same way that I didn't decide I never agreed to pay tax.
Yeah.
Like, you just thrust it upon me. Like, I don't agree with that. I will take you as my equal, not as my
superior.
Like, no, mate.
You're not my superior.
No, not at all.
I don't think anyone should belittle anyone.
And I do think the royal family, you need to remember, they are only the royal family at the grace of the people. The minute that the actual people really decide they don't want a royal family, you do no longer exist. That's history.
Well,
that is history.
In Britain, they're only the royal family because we're invited over its birth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the true ascension of throne wasn't followed. So.
Over the years, we've had many kings and queens we've had French kings.
Well,
you know.
Yeah, we had to invite the Germans over because we run out.
Yeah.
Right.
So we invited. What are they from Frankfurt?
Something like that. Yeah. There were some lords.
We've had a long line.
Like the 1800s, we ran out of kings or queens, or there was no one suitable to take the throne, so we invited some Germans over.
Yeah.
They took it.
I'd like to
read
up on this. Just research the Golden Revolution or the Glorious Revolution, Golden Revolution, something like that. Because no one died. Essentially, what happened is the old royals were mistreating the general public. The people rose up. They ran away and fled, and when the Parliament or the group of people, lords, whatever it is, actually invited over a new set of royal family to take over leadership. And then no fighting happened because they fled. Because the people didn't want them to happen. No one died in that revolution, and it was a transition of power, and probably one of the best transitions of power in British history, to be honest.
The transition back was pretty fucking quick.
That was very quick. Yeah.
No, Cromwell lasted a while, didn't
Oh yeah, when we brought in when the Civil War happened, Jesus, yeah. That lasted. He banned everything anyone liked to do, and then the British people were like, "You ban pubs, theatre, and having a laugh." All right, mate, get out. Charlie, where are you, mate? You want to come on?
Well, didn't Charlie get beheaded?
Well, the first one did. His son's Charlie. Charles II.
Yeah.
You think about Britain's history, like a lot of it's really dark.
Yeah, mate, we're brutal.
We have come from a line of savages.
Yeah, well, just in
Savages.
and I think if you just think about that's for anyone,
No,
I think, not just British. I think if you look down your bloodline and what your ancestors had to do.
Yeah, you'd find for a very long time a lot of the world is like that, but particularly in Britain, but not because, like, for a long time Britain was just getting pillaged.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had to bring it. We had to
Just
be
getting pillaged by everyone.
the Irish.
The Irish pillaged us, the Vikings did it, the Saxons did it, the Romans did it, the Normans did it.
Franks did it.
So we are just a fucking mongrel of half of Europe.
Yeah, we are.
Being British is being a mongrel.
Yeah.
Is essentially
We are a little island, aren't we?
We're a little island full of, you know, the Scandinavian side of us, which are the Vikings, you've got the Germans who were the Saxons, you've got the Italians that were the Romans, and then you've got the French that were the Normans. So they've all come together and you end up with British.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Generations of mixed cultures. Yeah, I mean, they produced what we know.
I'm sure if you look down our family bloodline long enough, it probably won't be all 100% English.
Oh, no way.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. What is English? English is a mixture of all these other things.
Yeah,
Over the
from
last
like
2,000 years.
thousands of years ago, or whatever.
Over the last 2,000 years, we've been invaded by all these people.
You could almost argue that if you want to say the original formation of England, that was like the Saxons formed England after the Vikings. Yeah, no, but I mean, like when we actually started calling it like the country of England was formed by King of Wessex. He then eventually took over Northumbria, kicked the Vikings out. But then you had obviously 1066 the Normans come over. So we've had a completely different. Yeah, I mean, from what was England, the original England.
Essentially, the last people to invade us were France.
Yeah.
So we are more French than we are.
Yeah, a lot of Norman.
Which would have been how long ago?
Fucking disgraceful.
1066.
1066.
Was
So
when they invaded.
over 1,000 years.
Oh, well over
Yeah.
1,000 years, brother. Well
That was
over.
our last full-on invasion, I
Wow.
believe.
Well, no, not
Last
quite.
time
Just
we
under
were-
1,000 years.
Just under 1,000 years.
Just under, yeah.
Yeah, but
A long time, mate.
It's interesting though. It's history.
I love history. I've always
Yeah,
loved history. I've always loved history.
yeah, it is a strange one. It was a strange one, but there you go. That is brilliant.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this is basically all been about Britain and bitching about it.
This is our Britain bitch episode.
So I think we'll wrap it up there, and we'll see you again next week.
Alright, guys.
Alright, guys.
See you later.
See you later.
Catch you soon.